Shalom Israel. Call halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakah Quadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth and who rule well. And a sincere salutations to the house of David, you Akim pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth in all truth and all faith and in all sincereness, risking and putting your lives on the line daily for the names Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. It's Zakar'Yah coming at you with another lesson. Lord's willing, it be edifying.
With some new changes to Fenway Park.
And one of them involves our money. You will no longer be able to pay for anything with cash. WBZ's Zinnia Maldonado is live at Fenway to explain how this is going to work. Zinnia.
Well, Lisa and David, Fenway Park is turning 110 years old next week, but you wouldn't even guess because officials say every offseason they're dedicated to bringing something new for the fans, and this year isn't any different.
This is one of our most aggressive off-season improvements.
America's most beloved ballpark, boasting a brand new 8,000 square foot concourse area. The park now going cashless.
We'll remove our card.
Accepting only credit cards or touchless payments.
And then we're ready to go right back to our seats.
I think going cashless is an amenity to our fans because it'll mean better speed of service, more accuracy.
I think it's okay because I typically don't have cash.
You know, I don't mind. I guess I'll bring my credit card and not worry about cash anymore. It's fine with me.
And for those who stick to cash only.
I know plenty of people that don't like carrying cards or having credit cards or anything like that. So I think if they want to pay cash, they should be able to.
You'll still have a way to pay. Officials say fans with cash can load money onto a debit card at one of several kiosks around the park.
We don't want the inconvenience, so we actually have reverse ATMs. So there will be 3 locations.
And in addition to concession stands, vendors around the ballpark will also have those cashless payment devices. Live in Boston, Zinnia Maldonado, WBZ News.
All right, Zinnia, thank you. It's such an interesting turn. I mean, this is the way the world is going. But here's my thought, okay? You're sitting in the bleachers. There are like 25, 30 seats beside you.
Right? You see the guy?
The guy with the hot dogs is down there. I hand you my card, and you send it down, and then it comes back?
Maybe I send your card down.
You hope it comes back.
Exactly.
Right? Some businesses in Orlando say they're tired of being burglarized. Police say a number of mom-and-pop stores have already been hit.
Fox 35's Danielle Lama is live with surveillance video of the break-ins. Danielle, now some places are making changes to deter those crooks.
That's right, Christy. You can see the sign right here. Kelly's Homemade Ice Cream has gone cashless. The owners tell me after 3 break-ins in 5 months, they felt like this was their only option. Surveillance video from the Kelly's Ice Cream in Windermere shows a man smashing, even kicking their door to break into the place Friday. Then this clip is from their shop on Corinne Drive in Orlando in November. You can see 2 guys walking with a crowbar and a hammer before ransacking the office.
They're in and out in under 2 minutes. They find the cash right away.
Kelly and Scott Seidel making the decision this weekend to go completely cashless.
We make ice cream. We just want to make people happy, and it's really frustrating, and it's kind of hard to move on from it. And it's just emotionally, it's just draining, just having it happen over and over.
And the only thing to do is to take what they're after out of the store. I don't think they're after cans of black beans, so we got rid of all the cash.
Eden's Fresh Company is also making the move to go cashless. Owner Brian Serto says his place was burglarized in Winter Park a few days ago as well. It wasn't the first time for him either.
They took cash, about $600 worth of cash, and broke windows, doors to get in.
These local business owners say the cleanup often costs more than the money that's stolen. That's why they hope these signs send a message to the criminals.
We're hoping that the signs on the door will stop them from even smashing the glass.
There's a small but growing movement of people who are early adopters of radical technologies like self-implanted devices. These early adopters are giving themselves new capabilities, and the Internet of Bodies is a part of that. In a lot of ways, these folks are setting trends in how we connect to technology. During my research on the Internet of Bodies as a researcher for the RAND Corporation, I met a man named Aaron who had about 7 microchips implanted in various parts of his hands. These chips are about the size of a grain of rice, and are implanted just under the surface of the skin with an enormous syringe. Aaron was able to unlock his smart front door with one microchip and scan another chip with his phone and pull up his personal website. I asked him why he chose to implant these chips inside himself. He answered, "Because I can." Now, I know some of you might start Googling where you can get your microchip implanted, but others of you are probably a bit more cautious about the idea. Even though it's a proven safe technology, it's basically the same technology we use to chip our dogs and cats.
I can't believe he just paid with his hand. Like, you just literally put your hand up and you're good to go. Like, that's crazy.
The national train company Essier has around 2,600 people signed up to use microchips instead of train tickets.
Did you see that?
And no need to mind the generation gap. 18-year-old Felicia and father Magnus still bear the scars of their new implants.
After the first one, we started closing earlier on the weekends, and then after every one, they basically just implemented more like guidelines, I guess. So after we stopped taking cash after 7, and then we got robbed again, so we stopped taking cash at all, and then we got robbed again, but they just took tips.
After the fast food restaurant stopped accepting cash, the Family Dollar in the same strip mall started getting hit. Now that store has gone cashless too.
I came in one night after work, just gonna grab a couple things and went to pay cash. And the girl says, "Oh, I don't take cash." I said, "You don't take cash?" I thought that was kind of odd, you know.
Employees say the response from customers who want to pay in cash has been mixed.
People hate it. It's like people come in and they're like really upset about it, and I think it might just be because they don't really understand what's happening, because a lot of the times, like, they'll get to the register and we'll be like, "Oh, sorry, like, we don't take cash," and they'll be like, "Oh, well, why is that?" And then you explain like what happens, and their whole demeanor changes.
2 New Hampshire attractions are going cashless. Both Storyland and the Living Shores Aquarium will only be accepting credit, debit, or mobile payments from customers when they open for the season next month. Those who prefer cash will have the option of loading money onto a prepaid card.
Well, you know, each home game, thousands of fans pack Rupp Arena to cheer on the Wildcats. But starting March 4th, there will be some big changes that'll affect the Big Blue Nation or anyone who comes to Rupp for an event. Gone will be the days of handing cash over to the person at the gate or the concession stands. So we sent our Ricky Sayer to find out why it's happening.
Rupp Arena during a UK game can sometimes get crowded.
Main concession area here, I never come to this one just because it's always long.
To try to move these lines along, Rupp is doing away with cash. They're switching to cards or Google Pay. They say it'll have other benefits too.
There'll be no cash, there'll be no change.
Brian Sipe is Rupp's general manager. He says this will impact concessions and parking.
With technologies like Apple Pay and Google Pay and most people having access to those, we thought it would expedite service.
I think that's a good thing, and I never have cash anyway.
Some people like the idea.
I'll hate it.
Aileen does not.
I'm always carrying cash, so if they go cashless, it'll affect me because I won't be able to get anything.
I'm really excited about prepaying for parking.
You'll be able to reserve spots in the parking lot before the game. That's good news for this fan.
You get up there and then they're like out of spots, like you're out of luck.
Back inside, you might wonder, does this all mean I'll get my soft serve quicker?
We certainly hope it does. We think we're going to expand where ice cream is as well. But I think this is step one of what we're going to use technology for. We are looking at mobile ordering or kiosk ordering.
So maybe it'll mean you'll get your ice cream just a little bit quicker. At Rupp Arena, Ricky Sayer, LEX 18 News.